It would have been wise to just instantly pick up that Visage or something. You see Undying, but we'll see.
We shall. Game number 2 going to start here very shortly. Just best of 2s, of course, for the group stage. A couple extra matches, of course, this year with the inclusion of the 2 LCQ teams. Those, of course, mean that 2 teams eliminated from the group stage. Still very early on to start thinking about elimination, but it's never too early to start getting more points for your eventual playoff run. So I'm sure EG are going to be, of course, battling hard for this second game as well. And Soniqs in a position where they're going to want to equalize, starting at least on a draw for your TI group stage and get that momentum going.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want a repeat of game 1, that's for sure. At least they won't run into that level 1 fight, because EG, I mean, actually they could, I guess. They're still this Undying, but the rest of the heroes are not quite as strong. But I hope they learned their lesson. No 5-man upper ramp.
Up the double ramp as well, right? So once you go up those specific ramps, you don't really have any vision at all. The enemies have really great vision over you.
Yeah. And now they have the Slark too, they see a bit more.
That's right. Well, he's got the same day and night vision. The fishy man. For Yawer, what are we thinking here is the build for him this game? Maybe like a Diffusal? Does it need to be a little bit of a faster fighter here for Soniqs?
Oh boy.
So again, his lane is likely versus the Broodmother, right? So I'm like, No,
I mean, I think the lane should be okay, right? Helios farm. It'll start getting tough when Broodmother hits 6, of course, but before then it should be fine.
Of course, Broodmother doing her thing. Just kind of avoiding conflicts up on the cliff, on the side. Lots of maybe trying to draw him into a fight. The Soniqs, I think, are going to likely cede the high ground here and move back to just get their own ward.
Yeah, no, the only item I'm sure he'll go is Aghanim, right? But the rest is like, some people still go for Echo Saber. As you said, some people go Diffusal. And some people go that, whatever the item is called, that reduces magic damage.
Mage Slayer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Also gives you a fair amount of magic resist as well. I think it's like 30% now. It gives you on top of your base 25, so can be really good for survivability against some higher magic damage lineups. But yeah, I'm eager as well what he's going to want to go for. And builds into Bloodthorn down the line. So it is an item that can scale for you, as runes will go 2 apiece. Nothing too crazy here from Soniqs. They've learned their lesson from game 1.
Yeah, I'm really curious too if Quinn will go for that magic lead. Because he can definitely blow up Terrorblade later on in the game. Maybe he'll be the counter.
And it feels like it's probably a little bit easier to deal with a Spiderling army knocking out one of your towers, right, with magic damage, and not having to, stand there and click individual spiders down and hope for the Maelstrom rocks.
Yeah. RTC sniping a little courier there. Nice, nice.
Move from him is, as you said, lanes are going to be fairly standard here. Nothing super crazy. It is MSS who's missing from that left picture on your screen because he's actually pulling the creep wave on over. Fly doing the same though, so the creep's being taken on a bit of a field trip through the dire jungle right now.
Yeah. This is always so clowny. Like, you don't know who's gaining from this.
It does time out Arteezy's Metamorphosis, but I think they were expecting this because he did get still a lot of utility out of the first cast.
Yeah. So I think this is pretty good for Soniqs. Oh, okay, this is I don't know, maybe this is smart by Fly? Because he wants to be here hitting this Mars, right?
Right.
But they will get the way behind the tower and deny. So yeah, I mean, it's just... We'll see who loses the most out of this. It's hard to tell.
So what's the thought process behind doing these lane shenanigans here? If you can help me understand it a bit better. MSS, he's going to intercept the wave, so he wants to deny basically this whole wave away, right? And Arteezy just wants to farm closer to tower. Is that the gist of it?
I mean, the wave pulling definitely it comes from they have all the they get to decide if it happens or not, right? So, I mean, their idea is just they don't want to sit in the lane here 2-on-2 when last hit and deny and harass because it doesn't favor them. So. They're just gonna try to pull the wave, and whatever happens, happens.
Got it. So it's kind of Soniqs' way of dealing with almost this Undying, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm a little confused. MSS just pulled it into the tower now, so it pushed out. So yeah, let's see what they have planned there.
They've doubled up on the range creeps here. Arteezy doing a decent job at still claiming these. Fly, of course, has his stash. He's got a mango stash, probably to go with his avocado stash, making sure that he's got plenty of mana to continue harassing. Hanging on to that second skill point as they are fighting a little bit down bottom, where we see that first glimpse doing a little bit of damage from Fata.
Yep. Max damage 150. But yeah, I've never seen anyone get that level 1.
Yeah, especially with the minuscule cast range, enemies don't have mobility items. It's not too likely here.
Yeah.
Soniqs, I think they're preparing top lane for what is going to be the second cast here of Metamorphosis. I don't know if Arteezy wants to wait for that second level in it. No, I doubt it. As down goes the Tombstone here, right at level 2. Pretty good shards there as MSS likely forces the harass onto himself instead. Arteezy's going to oblige him, and there's the damage with the reflection. Lilis maybe still in some trouble, but I don't think Arteezy can go dive in this early.
Yes. So Arteezy missed a few CS there because of Undying Zombies pushing out the wave, but overall probably worth it.
Yeah, you seemed a little bit surprised at how aggressive and how much damage they were doing there.
Yeah, those last few hits on the Tusk are always like the 16 or whatever, 12 strength stolen with Undying, 100 attack, like base attack by Terrorblade. Yeah, it's a lot.
Lane going Quinn favored here early on, 22-7 compared to 16-3, just to check up on what the mid lane status is. Abed making haste towards his Urn of Shadows. We'll see and keep our eyes on what Quinn is going to queue up, because that'll let us know early if he does want to go for this physical or magic damage build. What's like the first item that kind of delineates between the two that we should look out for here?
I mean, usually if they queue up some arcane boots. Then you know for sure that it's magic. But he can also just go travels anyway, and then you don't know until he completes everything.
Has the option of keeping it a bit more open for himself. As you said, down bottom as well. It's getting a little difficult now. Quincy, make that Soniqs forced to farm a bit underneath their tower. You see the Slark doing the best he can here. He's going to get jumped though, and has the pounce ready to get out of there with the stick charges, but that's just about all his HP and all his regen. Fata can only offer him a couple of tangos.
Is he running back to base here? What?
Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised too how hard this lane is for them. I mean, you gotta be honest, like Nightfall is an extremely strong laner. I mean, and crit is nothing to scoff at either. So maybe getting slightly outplayed there.
It's looked difficult. Anytime I have it looks down bottom, you know, Slark is able to trade eventually with Assassinship, but Nightfall is doing a good job of making sure he's only directly trading with Insatiable Hunger.
Yeah.
That Silkambola, the little web as you called it in the draft as well, giving that miss rate, does need to be dispelled. Yeah, you can kind of just force that at a whim, and then Rubik feels really strong because you can reduce the damage with Fade Bolts, and then the trades just feel horrendous.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I see it here now.
Yeah. The glimpse, yeah, and you could see the Soniqs, they're not eager for this lane. I mean, the glimpse back, incredibly preemptive there, right? They leap away, and glimpse, they don't want to be trading here for good reason.
Yeah, no, I wonder if he's ever played Slark Blister before. Because, like, you kind of have to listen to your carry here. Like, what can you play here? Like, what's good?
Top lane, I believe this is the third meta they get Pop Lilis is missing a bit of strength here, and Arteezy wants this kill, finds himself skewered over to the tower. Shards now doing a bit of damage to him, but MSS, has he gotten a little bit too cheeky here? No, he's just doing a good job getting some return damage into Arteezy.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, you should be very worried for Soniqs right now. Like, I just looked up and they were 2k gold up. Both side lanes are... They're going even more poorly than game 1, right? Like game 1, their rotations were on point, so they managed to keep even in net worth. Okay. Oh, no, I thought it was Soniqs, but it's EG.
Oh, yeah, it is EG. It's EG picking up a kill there, 2 straight now unanswered. Onto the top lane, I believe, as Lois is going to take a dive.
Yeah.
So there's a support missing from the bottom lane, and that's because Crit, of course, assisted there. He might look to rotate mid now. He's a little bit late for 6 minutes, of course. Didn't see who that rune quite went to, but he's going to find MSS now skirmishing with him.
Yeah, no, and now it's just very tough. Like, the difference from game 1, they have this Leshrac mid who can rotate, but now you just have a Lina with no mana mid. So, like, what can Quinn do? Nothing, right? You can only sit there and farm.
And Rubik, very much one of these laners that tends to be a little bit more lower impact for fours as far as laning stage goes, like, you know, helping his 3, right? You can see Nightfall doing a decent job of holding his own, but I think Crit's gonna end up rotating on back. But what Rubik does do effectively, much like an Earth Spirit or an Earth Shaker, is this rotation game can be very strong, right? We saw what that impacted in top lane for a second kill onto Lelis to continue accelerating Arteezy's game. But he's back now bottom to support Nightfall a bit more.
Yeah. No, you can't underestimate him in lane either, though. For sure. He has a lot of armor, high damage, and a nuke that deals okay. What is that down there? Yeah, system.
Sneaking on over. There's Silken Bola, and still a pretty easy kill onto Fata, trapped inside the kinetic field, though, and now leashed up with the bonus damage on the tag team. It's Yawar, who at least trades away Nightfall this time, his first stack of the permanent Agi.
Oh, that's huge for him. If he can hit 6 here, like, life will feel way better.
Life's not feeling too great, though, for Quinn, who unfortunately, while both his supports are ganking bottom, he's going to be unable to contest the rune. Fly shows up, and here's a DD for Abed. But it's okay, Quinn has the bottle refill courtesy of Fata, so not too much lost.
Yeah. No, but Abed is kind of shutting him down mid here, right? Together with the supports. Supports gathering the runes, and Abed just burning his mana.
Once again, it's Arteezy who... being left a little bit alone by Fly. I mean, not in a bad way here, but Fly's once again done really well in this lane. He's gotten 2 kills onto Lelis. And I think they're confident Arteezy has enough armor, enough levels here. Level 6 already for him to be able to kind of sustain on his own a bit easier. Rotate between the jungle and lane for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Fata, though, get out of here. He's got a good Observer ward down that'll at least prevent him from dying.
Yeah, now Broodmother is 6. Spiders are coming online. Yeah, Soniqs to get out of here.
He's going to TP mid, where they might look for a play on the Abed. They're going to actually hit the stun on the LSA. Oh, in trouble and dead is Abed. No, one charges and even Fly taking a point in the Soul Rip, but doesn't matter much. MSS has the kill, like you say, with the Ice Shards. Looking for the +1 now as they go behind the Tier 1 tower and will collect a second kill to equalize at 3 apiece here. Soniqs still making some nice moves. 4 heroes mid, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, no, okay, he's going top here.
Yeah, Arteezy onto Lelis.
Oh
Lelis with the spear back. Ooh, the illusions. It gets actually back into meta form. He needs to break vision and maybe look for a TP out. Only has the bracer. The wand's completely empty. The illusions caught him now. And Lelis make it out alive here. Breaks down another tree. Wasting a lot of time of Arteezy here. The spear back as well to prevent the illusion from getting the kill. They're going to catch Fata. Another illusion spawn. Lelis on those way out will make it out alive.
Nice.
Lane, though. They're going to be skirmishing over this rune. Arcane into the inventory, active now for Abed, but Quinn, he's being jumped, fly onto him with the cold snap. Not really doing enough, but Abed here can cover himself with the Ghost Walk. Quinn still alive, ticking down to earn 8 strength missing. They get the vision, allows the Fade Bolt to come through, and Abed collects the kill. Crit now stuck on the high ground. Well, not for long. Nothing really to hold him there, and it's just going to be a death there for Quinn.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, you need these miracle kills with your Slark TPing mid, killing Invoker, getting a Tombstone last hit. But it's just, the game is hard, right? The Night Force is free farming with his Broodmother, going for this Wraith Pact as we talked about earlier. And yeah, the pressure's on. Look mid. Damn.
Oh, just another kill there onto Fata. Tombstone as well, put down quite aggressively. That is a level 2 Tombstone for Fly. And they still have the wagon here to support. So this could be a serious tower siege coming now from Soniqs. You can see, or sorry, coming at Soniqs from EG. You can see them starting to really set up maybe to look for a defense. But I'm not sure. It's going to be a little hard here with the Tombstone still there.
Yeah, and I'm also a bit worried for Fata. I think that MSS ate the Tome. And Fata is now a level 5 Disruptor. No ultimate, so you know, I don't know. We might be looking at a 14-minute level 6 Disruptor here, which is really bad. Yeah, he's smoking, but he's not level 6, so it's just very weak.
2-2-1 as we'll cut to the jungle to see Arteezy get stomped by the Stompy Camp. But he's well out of the way of this gank, which is what, of course, our observer was showing us. Fata as well can't prevent the Sunder from coming out. Arteezy, he's not holding on to his skill points. He has committed all 8 skill points. He's approaching his 9th. But right now, approaching the mid lane with some force is going to be Nightfall and the Spiderling army. You have to be careful that Quinn doesn't get a bunch of free gold off of that. And he is going for BOTs first, almost has enough gold for it. So not really revealing his hand yet as far as to what build he's going to go for.
Yeah. No, I'm still looking at Fat there. He needs to get a lane somewhere. Like, you cannot play this hero and be level 5. Like, you do nothing.
Uh-oh. And they've actually surrounded Quinn. Arteezy's here as well. Oh, down goes Quinn. And no one from Soniqs, unfortunately, in the area. Arteezy's going to farm some enemy Ancients. This also is going to really put a question mark onto the push that Soniqs had going here against that tier 1 tower as Arteezy TP's back.
He does have something, but maybe they could. It's still so hard to kill him. So
He's got the skill
hard.
point now, at least. He's holding on to it. Doesn't really have a lot of mana to go around, but...
And like whenever anything's happening, right? Like maybe a standoff or something like that. Like no heroes farming. Like Nightfall is always down here, farming everything.
Yep.
Oh yeah, highest net worth again, right?
Yep.
Like
quite easily here. I wonder if he's like gonna bother to block camps and whatever with these spiderlings as well. But he's just kind of shotgunning across the map. C1 being eaten by Quinn there. Really sure. I guess he's just kind of scouting. He's gonna recall the spiderlings now. It was like a spiderling requiem of soul or something like that for Vision from Nightfall.
Yeah. Very frustrating to play against when you're already down. Like you can't make any move. Okay, here we go.
Oh, here they go. Oh, well, who's gonna go on who though? Quinn pick up a few spiderlings and MSS is getting a couple more. Not bad. That'll at least push him back.
No, so Soniqs basically, they have no place here. The Fata is still level 5 and he's actually not even close to level 6. Oh, this is... He needs level 6 anywhere.
He's gonna smoke again. Maybe as he does at least have another one ready in the inventory. BKB's second item now for Quinn. Maybe indicative more of a physical damage, Lena, here. Is that still enough for you to make a call on that?
Yeah, I would assume it's normal. Right click, Lena.
Voila.
Unfortunately for him, he has no items, so...
Yeah. Not much to play off. The item, though, for Yawar is on its way here with this first item, Diffuser Blade. But this is he's going to go for, of course, after the Falcon Blade itself.
No, but you can't even describe how much stronger EGR right now.
Uh-oh. Light doesn't get off the tombstone here, and won't live either. Just a little bit too much physical damage. Abed is going to sweep up at least MSS with a Tornado, Spiderling, Spirit Vessel, Urn, Hold Snap, an easy kill there onto the Tusk, as well as has Arena of Blood. Has a bunch of enemies diving him. Nightfall even is going to spit down a bunch of webs here just to get on over to the fight. Has a full Wraith Pact operating, by the way.
Yep. Oh, they're pinging Roche. No way. No.
So kind of just conceding the position right now, letting the creeps tickle his tier 1 tower. EG just farm in the triangle.
All right, Fata is 6 at least.
There it is. He's done it. Well, Static Storm be enough to turn something here. At least it might dissuade Arteezy from getting too aggressive, who has committed now for the point in Sunder at level 10.
Yeah, and at least since Nightfall left the bottom lane, Slark is getting to farm a lot now, so feels way better.
Diesel coming soon here. Just needs that little wolf. And now it's on its way being fetched into the core. But EG, they are doing Roche here.
Yeah, and contesting this, I don't know, you would need to land some amazing Arena and Static Storm. I think it's too difficult.
It's already too late there at that pipe. Now it goes. Stone as well, really helping that one out. And they even want to fight. There's a little bit left here, I want to say. Yeah, half duration still on Metamorphosis. EG just running into a fight. They're going to scout 3. And there goes the Static Storm combo. The Arena of Blood as well. They've caught Abed in here, but they're going to be focused down onto Arteezy. Yeah. That means Arteezy is dead. Aegis is on Abed. So it's something here. Yawar as well showing up to fight for a bit, but they do manage to save someone with the glimpse, but it's Nightfall with 2 kills onto Lilith and MSS.
Yeah, Arteezy a little cocky there. Maybe he even thought himself that he had Aegis. But,
I thought he had Aegis for a second. I won't lie by.
Well, at the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal that he dies there. It's just gonna come back here, keep it to Ancients and farm. So.
Well, look at that one again, right? He's just super aggressive and in their face.
Yeah. You got the heals and stuff, but yeah, you're not living through every ultimate in the game if you don't have Aegis there. Maybe if the Wraith Pack was down there, but I feel like he's dead.
And even then, Aegis, especially first Aegis on TB, sometimes feels like Aegis for what? Like he respawns there, but doesn't have meta, and just kind of dies again on his second life.
Yeah.
Definitely here that Aegis feels a lot better when you're sieging high ground in melee form. Back though, as you say, ready to go. I think there's going to be a hood as well. coming on its way for Nightfall. I do wonder if that'll get upgraded into a full pipe, just for even more damage block early on. EG really putting their foot on the gas as they're sieging even a tier 2 tower. Sunstrike actually hits Fata.
Yeah, now they scan. They just dropped the Sunstrike, very nice. Okay, so EG are like, you have 2 ways to play this now, right? Like either you push the towers, as they're doing, or you try to outfarm them on the map. But they're kind of letting Soniqs farm their whole entire jungle here for a tower, which, yeah, I think it's fine. They can take the outpost now.
It gets Slark onto a tier 1 tower for Soniqs. Maybe he farms one more time in the enemy triangle before TPing away, but AG already starting to sweep across the map here. You can see Soniqs, they've done well to stay low. Well, mostly everyone. Fata,
yeah. Oh, not it.
Gem is the kill there. Which gem is that? Sorry, I didn't.
Abed has the gem, crit bought it.
Okay.
Do they really want to shut down this map?
Yes, they do. EG is starting to, I called it a bear hug, and it is a little bit of a bear hug, isn't it? It's already looking like EG want to cut eyes. Normally that's, the advantage you have with a Slark. You always detect wards and play around vision, but it's been really difficult for him so far, especially when Nightfall farms, almost everything on his side of the map. He's left with very little here.
Yeah. At least Soniqs are kind of out on the map now, like they're not sitting in base with 5 heroes. Leslau is in the top lane, getting some creeps. Yawar is bottom, ready to farm.
Yeah, unfortunately he'll be forced back, maybe into a fight. There's 2 heroes going elsewhere. But he is going for it. Quinn, a nice snowball save to avoid the EMP mana burn. Fata has a static storm, but is not even going to use the stick. Down he will go. MSS quickly to fall next. ZG just right now, I mean, it's just 2 support kills, but maybe some structural damage. They might look to go chipping at tier 3s with this Aegis.
yeah, they are, and Quinn has just traveled out.
Here's Yawar. Spell already down to half HP. Yeah, he's just got a Shadow Dance. Wow.
Yeah, they don't even have RTs here. They don't care.
Oh.
Okay, now with the glyph, now it's time to care. But did they want to go? It looks like they don't want to give this up.
They want to go. The full pipe of insight there for Nightfall, so they're going to be able to shrug off a lot of this magic damage now here, Pi. And maybe they keep going. Fata has to keep them from pushing high ground just with the kinetic field. That only lasts a couple of seconds here at level 1, and right back up to the high ground they go. Now Arteezy is here. He's going to use meta. They're pushing Pi.
20 minutes in, hitting the racks. Okay, I don't know, but let's see if they're going to try for this fight there. They have Arena.
Fortify is out. That's a new chain. Every single time you lose a tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 tower over the first fall, you get another Fortify. So another Fortify here, but the waves still continue to come in, so backdoor defense isn't here. And Soniqs, they're just not going to fight this. There's 2 heroes pushing sideways. And
yeah.
And that is a mid lane of barracks.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be happy with this. Aegis times out, right? Yeah, it's about to time out to 20 seconds. Now they can farm a bit. Go for the second roach, and the game plan is very simple.
Well, this has Point Dagger. Quinn has BKB. Like, if you're gonna make a move, right as the Aegis expires, right as you know that there's no Metamorphosis, now is the time.
Yeah.
Who you're gonna catch, though, is an entirely different question. Yes, only Arteezy's illusions, of course.
It's tough to get that dream fight you want right now. Really
EG
tough.
are looking to pick a fight here, too. They've got a ward down.
Oh, yeah,
see Quinn.
Yeah.
Okay, but the Arena from behind does allow at least to get the surprise jump in. Sunstrike raining on down. Oh, but a nice save there momentarily. Static Storm doing some decent work as Quinn. He's being made up, but he's being forced out of this fight by Nightfall. A good glimpse will save him temporarily, as now back onto the EG backlines. It's not going so well for Soniqs. They will stand their ground and fight.
I wonder if we get a replay on that. That was... Crit really played that fight well. I believe he stole Snowball, saved himself, and Fly.
Yeah.
And then through that, because they didn't even have RTC there. They're fighting 4 on 5 without Aegis.
No, you're right. There it is, right? And that's what confused me. I have to apologize for that. Because I saw a snowball, I saw 2 snowballs, and I got real confused. That's the second snowball that saves Fly.
Did he steal it? I don't even know. No, because there's no Lotus Orb, right? He must have stolen it.
He must have stolen it, yeah.
Yeah. Because, yeah, so the mistake there is basically that Leslau misses a spear. Because this fight can be very different if they just insta-kill this Rubik. But he gets to live, and now the despair is just almost at 100%.
Okay, now worth lead already here, bubbling for EG. Arteezy not in the last fight, just casually farming. Probably didn't even look on over, honestly. Has a full eye of Scotty to show, and he is ready to continue pushing. Tier 2 is going to be the next target for them. Soniqs are going to find maybe this double damage rune in the river. That's going to be some small victory for them.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure what you do here. I guess, okay, they have a few items coming up, so I guess you try to get those. They have the Aghanim on Slark. And he's kind of close, yeah, kind of close to Shadowblade on Lina.
MSS is kind of close to Blink Dagger here. I mean, maybe not close enough to fight for this tier 3 tower, which
yeah,
EG
going high ground.
Gonna go up to push.
Oh no, yeah, Lacker did a creep.
Get him, get him.
Strongest creep in history.
They need to Mighty Slate or devour it to hide his shame.
Yeah, and as the creep dies, the tier 3 tower falls.
Yeah, down it goes. The Ice Shards, of course, not going to stop the Spiderlings from doing their thing. That's Slark. He's in, though. He's onto Arteezy. BK beat up his Quid, but he's dying so fast. He's almost dead already. Down he goes. The arena not up in time. Static Storm at least might allow him to catch Arteezy here. He's still silenced up, but he's still fighting by. Gets the force up off. Gets the Sunder now as he continues to eat alive. The rest of Soniqs retreating back into their base, but they're going to throw in the towel. This one's over, Pi.
Yeah. No, that was easy. They made it look so easy. Unfortunately, this game was even worse for Soniqs than the first one. Like, the lanes went worse, and EG is stuck to the script. Get Roche and push high ground.